Remember, please hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. Hi, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September the 23rd, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. Take a look at how quiet the overnight is here with the E-mini S&P. I found that to be very, very interesting. They are waiting for some measure of a catalyst. And so, not sure what that is. What we do see is the following. All of my oscillators show extended motion to the upside. We are in a very big breakaway pattern. And really, I mentioned this the last time I was on with somebody, I don't remember who, but I said something to the effect of, this reminds me of 2020. We were just running up the rails. Absolutely incredible as we keep moving to the north. So everything is by the dip. There's a big line in the sand at 6,730 as we take a look at the E-mini S&P. There's also this line up here at 6762. Our highest volume candlesticks, both bearish and bullish, shows us the institutional flip. And so staring that down, we're going to see that this number at 6,700 is really important for us to keep. Now, we're 50 points away, so you're like, yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious, obviously. But here's what we notice. Momentum is one of those things that we simply cannot get in front of. So the big picture here is going to be, can they force the traders back between the call wall and the put wall for the 0 DTEs? So I'm going to draw Fibonacci, and that's going to give us this number at 6740. Now, Sidekick has done some analysis on here, and the big institutional buying came in the turnaround between this 6737 and 6742. So those are going to be the lines in the sand today that give us frontline support action. And if we expand, we can look and see that we are clearly inside of the last 30 minutes of the trading day. We've sat there all night, right? We had a little spike out, doesn't go very far, comes right back in. VWAP is about flat. Remember what the flat VWAP says. The flat VWAP says, hey, you look at resistance, you find resistance, you draw the line, you look at support, you find support, you draw the line. That is, I think it's the 6742. Price action is trying to tell us that it is moved up 6744. So we've got about 2 points of noise sitting in that space. But here's the bottom line. If you say to yourself, hey, I'm going to short 6754, your stop should be around 6757. Listen, don't be afraid to take the loss. If it pops up there, just get out of the trade. Get out of the trade. If it turns around and comes back down on your tighter time frames and you see that momentum holding, you're in pretty good shape to retry the short. Or if you see a shift where they come back into support and then hold that support on a break, it is going to lead us higher. So let's do a one-to-one. We're going to clone this. We're going to move it up here. And lo and behold, it's right about 6760. Now, yesterday there were a lot of really big orders flashing up at the top near 6755. I mean, I saw 2,500 lot that got pulled. And so they're trying to game it off of this edge. But as it sits, dips are going to be buys. So how do dips show up? Either in mean reversion, where we hold support and hold resistance, and move sideways and catch up with a moving average. All right. We know, what is this one? 63? Yes, it's my 63 simple moving average. The closing VWAP is 67.35. What I want you to have is patience, but also use market-generated information to tell you what to do. Let the market tell you, not what you think. Let the market tell you where floors are being made, where ceilings are being made, and when floors get broken, and when ceilings get broken. Okay? So if we have, let's say we have one more day of bananas motion, right? And we head up here to 6,768. That's a 3x of this. That's where our upward pressure should go, right? We should break out and retest 6,754 if we're going to head higher. Then we would say 6,760, where I saw a lot of motion. We've got the 6,762 area from a Fibonacci that we drew. So I'm going to move it down so it's an actual measured move from that space. And then finally up here, 6,768. Don't fight the current. Momentum is often much stronger than we can anticipate. And if trend is up and momentum is up, we know what we've got. Let's look below. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to clone this. We're going to bring it down. All right, fair bit of selling right here. So I think it's a good rectangle to what am I doing? I think it's a good candlestick to replicate. This brings us all the way down to 6,720. It also puts us in the last 30-minute candlestick of 2 days ago. Okay, so 67.31, that would be our downside pressure event for the big one if it loses this 67.37 anchor, right? Now, it could be that it doesn't even move and it holds the 67.37. That way we would have a mean reversion. We'd move back up until some more trees get shaken loose of their leaves. All right. Put support shows at 67.30. It's also a high volume node from a support action. But the traders, really, they're going to be on the back foot if we stay above the call wall. If we stay above the call wall, they will have to buy to flatten things out, roll them into the next day. Something's got to give from there. Put support. Here we are, 67.31. Here's the VWAP, 6,721. And then look at where the value area is. We've moved well outside of the value area. That's 6,717, right? Price action has been pretty dramatic on the breakout here. And if we draw Fibonacci on this edge, listen, you can do this with any instrument. Do it with your NQ, do it with your YM, same sort of thing. Learn to replicate these motions. Isn't that interesting? Look at that. 67.44 to 67.58. So that holds pretty good. Let me remove this one. I'm going to remove this line. And I'm going to remove this line. So things look a little bit cleaner for us. And we know we've got all kinds of trigger points that could push us up into this ledge. If you find yourself thinking, hey, the market needs to do X, Y, or Z, push yourself away from the chair. Or if you have a stand-up desk, walk away. Whichever one it is, just realize we have to let the market tell us what's going on. All right, volume. Let's see what our 4 a.m. candlestick formation is telling us. Our opening candlestick did not give us a lot of information. It's sitting inside of the last 30 minutes of the trading day. So that 30-minute formation trumps everything. That's what we're staring down. Volume, high volume candle, 4 a.m. candle. And again, we can see we've got this region near that 6,754 as that high zone. The low zone is being a little porous right now, and that's about 6,748.50. Notice we're breaking it and then recapturing it, breaking it and then recapturing it. My suspicion is that the traders that are holding big money are waiting for either a breakout that they can fall down and trap buyers, a breakdown that they can buy to trap sellers, and then a continuation of process, whichever way it goes. Whether it breaks down and the weak hands get stopped out and it turns around and moves again, or it breaks down, pops up, and then fails after shaking the weak shorts out. Okay, so that's what we're staring down in general. Very, very sideways. I've spent a lot of time talking there, so we're just going to quickly go through. The NQ is outperforming. The opening candlestick, again, being more prevalent than the closing candlestick. This is not the way the ES is running. I find that to be fairly interesting, right? Not quite sure what it means in its entirety. Our 30-minute candlestick formation is still holding the pressure event. Interestingly, in the NQ, it breaks down before it breaks out. The ES broke up before it came back into range, and we're staring this range. So here's the thing. If it moves sideways, 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 the first punch up, the reaction there is going to tell us what the likelihood of forward motion is, right? But the breakaway event, you draw a line right here, don't rush, 25,027. It breaks out, collapse to a tight time frame, watch it come back. If it holds, Bob's your uncle to the north. If it fades and comes back in the box, you know that 24,988 is the next potential target. They are trying to do the same thing, keep us between the call wall line and the put wall line. That's what they're trying to do. If they can't do it, the price action will expand. Notice yesterday for the ES, the call wall sat at 6,750. It expanded up and over, and then in the last 3 to 4 minutes of the trading day, even though we had an MOC, market on close, $1 billion to the buy side, MOC means nothing to me. I think it just moves so quickly. It's so noisy. It's a terrible instrument to tell you what direction to go in. But I can say here, just from the price formation, we need to hold 24,969. If we cannot do that, we have a reversion event into the put wall, 24,919. If more than that happens, whatever it is, right? Today is Rosh Hashanah. I think Yom Kippur is like in 7 days. I think I don't know those holidays very well, but we're still staring this down, and in the face of seasonality, which a lot more people are looking at, instead of waiting for price action to do something that confirms rotation, they're getting in front of the trade, and it's causing a squeeze to the north. If we do squeeze to the north, let's see what the 3 days of rotation look like. Very big value area high to value area low. Let's just draw Fibonacci in that range. 50% zone here. It's calling 25,046 as the next target. And then the next one is 25,176, which we easily could get by the end of the year if we keep doing this and we keep breaking to the north. The 1-to-1 ratio of this value area high to value area low gives us 25,176 as our near-term upshot should price action behave that way. All right. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do on these guys. That's all I'm going to do on the futures. I'll take a look at SPY because a lot of us in Benzinga do this. And so let's have a look. Let's do the same thing. Let's remove all the fib sequences. What can we see? Same range. of motion for several days. I'm going to pull that back. So here's the value area breakout for 6 or 7 days. But if we move here, we can see that the top of the value area is right around this gamma line at 665. Call resistance, same fight, same fight. If they break, the call wall is now 670. Easily could be done. Put support, they move it up, now it's at 660 for the 0 DTEs, right? And so 670 to the upside, pullbacks or buy zones, looks like 665 all the way to 663 might give us the next dip to buy. If it doesn't come and we stay at the handy dandy 666 number, 665.93, and it holds there, that is just as good a buy zone as anything else. Traders still trapped below this high range of 667.30. What does that mean? If we break it, it's above that call wall. They are going to buy it up. So try not to short. If you're sitting above the 667.20, it's going to peel your face with a vegetable peeler. It's not going to be pretty. All right, everybody, take it easy. That's it for today, and I'll see you on the streams.